All right, we're good.
All right. I mean, all things considered, the only real reason why you guys surrendered was because Theo was 100% going to get slaughtered in front of you otherwise.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because he was 100% helpless. Like, he was unconscious. And so you've made your way deep into this mountain. You've taken countless twists and turns. I think, Gilthor, you would be the only one that would have even a chance at being able to remember the entire way that you've taken. So why don't you go ahead and give me a history with advantage because it involves stone.
Oh, history. Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna make
It's
the
a hard
argument.
DC though.
I was gonna make the argument for survival, but I'll take history, I guess. Take what I can get. You said with advantage because it's related to stone?
Yep.
Okay. What is that? Oh, that is a 19 plus 1 for 20.
You think you could probably lead your group out if it was necessary, but you're not like super confident in it. And anyway, you get to these huge gates that are sort of this deep obsidian color, but they've got these spider webs that dart from sort of the ground in sort of like this sunrise pattern coming up, and they split and open, and you look in and you can see that there is a huge settlement where there are these large black towers with sort of these bulbous tops that, you know, are decorated with real or fake spider webs. It's kind of hard to tell, but you also notice that there are large tent cities and ranches with these sort of weird cattle-like creature that have no eyes. And why don't all of you roll survival to see if you know what it is?
Am I conscious yet?
Yeah, at this point you're conscious.
Survival, you said?
Yep.
Oh, that's a 14. Jesus, John!
Plus 9. 19 plus 9.
These are Rossi, or Rosse, I don't know how you pronounce it. The cattle animals that Drow use in the Underdark. And it looks as though they have creatures of other races that are taking care of these things. And you guys are led sort of to this northeast corner, and you're all thrown into this pen, and you can see that there is this goblin who is sort of herding this Rothi over, and then there's also this this Svirfneblin that is sort of kind of overseeing some other work that is going on, like some other Svirfneblins have like shovels and they're shoveling dung and things like that, and you can see that some Durgar are bringing some feed over, and you kind of look around and you try and assess the situation, and it readily occurs to you that you might be enslaved.
Oh yeah, we're picking up on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, just maybe have that idea.
yeah.
Just a little
Also,
bit.
Ricky, you're that goblin that was leading the Rothi over, and you notice that there are some fresh new faces about. Most of them surface dwellers.
What are you saying? He's leading the what over? What's that called?
It's a Rothi. It's like a cattle animal, but underground, so it doesn't have eyes, and it's a weird thing.
It's like a cow, but not a cow.
Pretty much, yeah.
Tastes the same. If you know how to cook it.
God damn.
I don't really cook my meat.
For God, Brian.
Are we walking?
You're done walking. They've already pushed you into this encampment, and I guess they trust that someone will tell you what is going on, but nobody has yet.
New arrivals.
What's Ricky's character's name? Do we know yet?
You should ask, dipshit. You know how to roleplay? What the fuck are you doing, Brian?
Same as I'm always doing when I roleplay, not paying attention.
Perfect.
Okay, fine. Anna will take control then. She will look over at the goblin, just go, "Oh,
Go what? It's another one of those pauses that's not a pause.
she just yelled out, you," is like pointing at you.
Oh.
Okay.
I immediately turn around and look behind me.
Amazing.
What? Where are we? The fuck just happened?
You're in a labor camp, Missy.
Welcome to a Drow settlement in the Underdark. My understanding is that we have been captured as slaves, thanks to what happened above.
Wait, were you not in the Underdark, but when you were last conscious?
It depends
come
on where
here?
you define.
Did you come down here on your own and then get captured? Or did they bring you in from up top?
First one.
Oh. Me too. It's all part of my plan.
What's your name?
Physic Yub Yub at your service.
Zicky Yub Yub? Sorry?
Physic Yub Yub. Why does everyone always say they're sorry when I say that? Anyways. Yes. That's me. House Yub Yub. The mighty Yub
Interesting.
Yubs.
All right, listen. So here's how things work around here. And you notice that the Swerfneblin that was kind of pointing at stuff is talking to you now, and everybody's got to pull their own weight. Figure out a job. You see some dung on the ground, grab a shovel, remove it. I don't really drive things hard here because I don't have to. If you aren't doing stuff when a drow sees you, they will just beat you senseless. And so please, just don't bring attention to us. That's the only thing that I ask, is that there is no direct attention. You know what I mean? Just look busy and we'll be all good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. For instance, guys, I have just been digging holes and filling them. It's the best.
I was about to ask about that. Is there mine labor that they expect?
We haven't been brought in for any mine labor as of yet. Right now, we've just been taking care of the herds, calving them, milking them, bringing some to slaughter. Do any of you know anything about butchering? That's one of the things that we're kind of lacking for in skills here.
Yes, but not the kind of butcher you're thinking.
Oh my god.
Then why would you bring it up here? That's not helpful in the light.
I mean, I'm sure people and animals aren't that different.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's a fair point. It's a really fucked up point, but it's a fair one, I guess.
Can I above table just ask a quick question? Would 9 animal handling and 9 survival equal? Yeah, you probably know how to butcher.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, just checking.
Who's this raspy voice character talking to us?
The Smurf Neblin that was. You guys haven't asked for anybody's name except for Physic.
I am learning so many new terms right now. What is a Smurf Neblin?
It
is a deep gnome.
Okay. Oh.
So, like,
They have
what
darker
Drow are
skin and
to
bigger
elves.
eyes.
What Drow are to elves, Surf Neblin are to gnomes.
Does he look like me?
Except for Surf Neblin are, like, not as mean.
Does he look like me?
He does not look like you. No, he has kind of gray skin, and he has much bigger eyes. And he's bald.
Does my character know if we are on good terms with under gnomes?
Yeah, you're fine with them.
Okay. I've never been much for consuming animals, to be honest.
You know, that's fair. I understand. Well, I suppose we should get introductions out of the way. My name's Yannick. What can I call all of you?
Physic.
Well, I know you, Physic. You've been here, you know. What?
I've been here a very long time.
Theodore.
Right. Why don't you go dig some holes real quick?
I'm gonna go. Well, where's the shovel?
Why don't you grab one of the shovels that they're using for the shit?
Okay.
Theodore Bumpkin.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's you, Fire Lady?
Nah. I wouldn't like my last name if I told you, probably.
Fair enough.
Gnome
What
killer.
about you, Dwarfy?
It's Gnome Killer.
Oh my god. You may call me Gilthor. You do not need to know my clan name, especially not here.
Oh, one of those types of dealies. All right. Cool. Well, let's get to work so nobody, tears the skin off of our bones.
How did you get down here?
Who, me?
Yes.
I mean, I was born in a settlement not that far from here. There's a bigger Drow city not far from here, too. This is where they bring the slaves to, do the majority of their food production and things like that. They, a lot of the matrons, they look down upon people such as us. And so they don't really want to see us. And so they make the lesser houses take care of things like food production while they plot coming into cities that I was born in and, taking as many people as possible and enslaving them or murdering them.
Charming.
Yeah, they're real cool people.
And how long have you been down here, slaving away?
15 years.
Good God, man. This is what you've resigned yourself to. Have you ever tried to escape?
He quickly shoves the Rothy reins into your hand and starts maneuvering it. And as he does that, you see that this spider creature with the torso of a person sticking out of its abdomen sort of skitters by it, stops, looks, and sees, a bunch of people working, and then goes and continues skittering on.
Ooh,
And
I hate
he
those
says,
ones.
"Now what was your question? I'm sorry."
You've never tried to get out.
He's gonna wave you over, and he's gonna go and point to the gates that you guys came through and the guards that are up in the towers atop it, and say, "How are we getting past that?"
Well, you've had 15 years to try and come up with some way.
Oh my god.
Nothing's...
I don't got shit. I am just going to take care of Rossi till the day that I die, and that's just what it is at this point.
It's no way to live.
What do you want from me, Anna? This is what we do. And so, if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. You need to come up with some sort of an idea to get out of it then, I guess. But don't let them hear you talking, because that'll go real fucking badly.
Well, I suppose you ought to put us to work while we discuss more.
Yeah, why don't you all lead these Rossi over into that there big old tent? You see the one? It's got the big ass opening. I mean, you can't miss it. And he kind of points off, and you notice that there is this sort of large longhouse like tent. And why don't you bring me 5 new ones, and we'll just do this for a little while, and you can talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. How's that?
Very well.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to describe what it looks like, and because you are going to be taking care of a monotonous task, I'm just not going to describe it. You could just assume that while you're talking, you're going back and forth and taking care of this, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so you lead these Rossi over, and you notice that this longhouse is quite large, and these things are packed in. Like, these stalls give them not enough room to even turn around, and there's a feed trough and a water trough, and that is it. And it smells awful. One of the things about the Underdark that you're noticing is that it just kind of has a damp and dank smell to it, and so that when you mix that with livestock, it's especially pungent. But you notice that between this longhouse and the other one, there is a lot of Rothy here. So this is gonna take you the majority of the rest of the day, and so I give it over to you guys.
Is, what's his name? Is Physic with us?
Yeah, Physic is joining you, I think.
Nope.
Yeah. I broke my shovel, so I guess I'll just help you guys now.
Remind me what Physic is, a goblin?
I'm a goblin. Yeah.
You broke the shovel. What was it? Okay.
Yeah, I was digging holes and then
What's
filling
the
them.
What's
To
the
look
shovel
busy.
made of?
Bone.
Damn.
Whittled it down. My teeth. Took me a while.
God damn it.
But now it's broken, so no
No,
more.
I don't care if it was broken or. Oh wait, I can fix
Physic,
that actually.
Do
Here,
you
give me
think
that.
you could chew your way out of here?
Well, if I wanted to leave, I would just like teleport out.
So,
No, my character actually says, how did they get you down here? Where did you come from?
It's all part of my plan.
You're here intentionally.
Yes, I am searching for my family heirloom, the
Which-
painted gold war mask of House Yub Yub.
You know they have it, or you think they have it?
I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere.
In. All right.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, haven't.
Nope. Did you hand the shovel over to Gilfor?
All of you guys roll me a history check.
Okay.
The shovel is now weirdly important to me.
History, that'll be 13.
Theo, John.
Oh, 4.
17.
All right, carry on, guys.
So, if you hand to Gilfor the shovel, he will just cast Mending on it, and you can have a fixed shovel.
I appreciate all your concern for my shovel.
It's a cantrip. I can cast it as many times as I want, as many times a day as I want.
He just gets excited when he has a chance to use it. It's a thing.
Oh,
He's your very stereotypical D&D character. You know how it is.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's an incredibly just, a little bit up himself of a cleric.
oh, you're
Just a bit. Just a bit.
you're a holy man, or holy woman, holy person.
I'm a priest of looks around, make sure like no one can hear because of Moradin, who they really don't like.
Oh, you're a troublemaker. I like troublemakers.
Oh my god.
And I hears you call him a troublemaker and just does exactly that. Just nothing.
Oh yes, Anna, is there something you would like to say to this troublemaker now?
No.
So, Physic! You can teleport in and out, you say?
Yes.
You can't take other people with you, I suppose.
Only if I can carry them.
Intriguing. What is
Yeah.
the distance on this?
I can carry like a really tiny person, like smaller than me,
Oh,
like a lot smaller. I'm not very strong.
well, that's interesting to note.
Yeah, so maybe I could carry your arm out or something.
You could supply us with our weapons.
I could carry you out a piece at a time.
No, that won't do at all. You don't happen to
Yeah,
know where they store
I would
our...
not be good at the assembly afterwards.
You don't happen to know where they would have stored our weapons and our armor,
Oh, I have no idea where they put our stuff.
but you could find them.
You guys saw all of your stuff being stored at the gatehouse when you came in.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah, it's like right over there.
What I wasn't sure about is if they were permanently in there or they get moved. You've never seen armor going out.
I haven't seen the inside of that building. That would be the problem. Because I wouldn't want to, land in stone or something. That would really hurt. I did that once. That
All
was
right.
Terrible.
How about this proposition? We help you find this mask of yours, and you help us get out of here.
Oh, like a team up.
Yes.
Yes. I happen, well, not today, but if we were to wait long enough, I could perhaps get the miracle of locating of objects.
Oh, wow, that sounds awful fancy.
Of course,
All right.
I'd have to be within 1,000 feet of it, but if we can have to herd these cattle around, I can try and locate it and see if it's in this encampment.
Excellent. Well, this is going
Turn to
splendidly.
play. Any amount of lead between it and us makes it impossible to find.
I must confess this was not part of the plan, but I think this is gonna work out.
Make me a
So
perception check, physics.
oh, oh, what's my perception? Probably not that high. Oh, goody, 3.
Okay, carry on.
Damn.
How long have you been down here?
Forever, like a long time.
So you know the ropes.
Oh no, I don't know a thing. For
Damn
like
it.
2 weeks. Like 2 weeks, yeah. It's been a very long time for me though. Because my people don't live that long. So 2
Well,
weeks.
that Yannick fellow certainly seems to know the ropes.
He's been here a lot longer. Because that's what he just said, and I believe him.
I can only assume that you've asked him about the whereabouts of your masks.
He has not been helpful at all. The problem is, these are like a fancy little piece of, this would be hidden with valuables and stuff. I don't think that's the kind of guy you're gonna let near that sort of stuff.
Fair point.
So as
There's
you
a
hear
reason
him
he's
say
dealing with
valuables,
us.
everybody except for Physic, you guys notice that there is a drider that is hooked up to your sled with all of your treasure on it, and they're hauling it towards the big building that is kind of off to the west with this sort of.
The square building there
Hold on.
with the tower.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yep.
If I'd known that's what we were fighting last session, I would have been much more creeped out.
Oh, did you just look up what a drider is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty.
They're a fun time.
It goes everything we have.
God. Mind duty would have made this so much easier.
What are we doing?
I said
When they
Mind
point
duty.
that out to you, Physic, you can go ahead and make me one more perception check at advantage.
Oh, good. I rolled the same thing on both dice. 18.
Oh, nice. You see that the golden war mask of Yub Yub is kind of stuck on the side of this pile of treasure.
I knew it.
Well, that was fast. All
Wait
right.
a minute. Hold on a
Knew
second.
it.
We had the.
Wait, you guys had that's your stuff?
Yeah.
I'm realizing that the dragon's lair that we looted had it in there.
There was a lot to go through. We didn't notice it.
Oh, yeah, I know how that can be. Believe
Yeah.
me.
Actually, if you look at the treasure list, there's
One
definitely a
painted
golden
gold war
mask.
mask, 750 GP.
There
As
was
soon
a
as you
lot
said,
to
I
go
remember that
through,
big
and we
hard
didn't
object.
notice it.
Ah, that's why we had that history check. I see. Ah, yes. Well, we found it, and it wasn't down here.
Oh, wow. You guys are good. I gotta say. I'm impressed. You get a result. So I guess we just got to see where they're taking that stuff. But yeah, I can pop it and grab it and pop back out.
Don't.
I think I can carry a fair bit. I don't know. Probably not your armor, but I bet I can grab people's weapons.
If you can grab platinum, that would be even better.
Well, how's that going to help us get out?
I can make armor and weapons out of platinum pieces. Moradin provides. You can carry a lot more platinum than you can swords and weaponry.
Whoa. That. Well, I don't know. Did you see any platinum on that wagon? I
Let me see. How many platinum pieces were stuck on that freaking thing?
don't think we're gonna.
And we look at the treasure list.
Man,
Oh,
no wonder.
only
No wonder that
23,000.
dude's not very popular if he's always turning platinum pieces into armor.
I just have the ability. Now I can do it twice a day. I can turn up to 100 gold pieces worth of metal into anything else of equivalent value.
It's like a magician who makes your gold coin disappear and not reappear.
Damn, you got me.
You would imagine that if all of your stuff is being brought to that building, that there is probably a lot more stuff in that building, considering that
For sure.
there's a lot of people here.
Is this the
So-
gate building you mentioned?
I mean,
No, it was being brought from the gate building over to that big square building with the tower off to the east.
You posted the map in here, right? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's pinned.
Bonk, bonk.
what is like the slave to Drider ratio here? Is it pretty? Is there a lot of
You would
force
guess
present?
5-1.
Okay.
And then there are some male drow guards as well. And if you add in the male drow guards, you would probably guess that it's more like 2 or 3-1.
Okay. I don't think just grabbing our stuff is gonna help you guys get out of here. Like,
The only reason we're
It's a
here
lot to
was
fight through.
it was a fluke. They caught us with our pants down. Don't underestimate us. We defeated a dragon.
I mean, like, what kind of dragon we talking here?
Right.
Adult white dragon.
Yeah, the white dragons. Those are those like the nice ones.
Now they're pretty stupid, but
Anyways,
smart enough to have your mask.
these things, and I'll point at the Driders, are not something that, not in these kind of numbers, we should probably mess around with.
Well, we're not just going to sit here and herd their cattle for them.
I mean, I could do the equivalent of the fantasy flashbang. I do have the daylight spell.
Oh, that's cruel.
Yeah, I think making a run for it is gonna be a lot easier than trying to murder everything.
Whatever works. We're trying to get to the dwarves. You don't happen to know where they are, do you?
The dwarves?
Yes.
What dwarves?
The surface dwarves in the mountains.
Well, you're in the wrong place if you're looking for surface dwarves.
Well, this was a bit of a
No,
detour, I'll
no
admit.
way. We had no idea. You know, you'd almost think that we'd know that we were captured and enslaved by Drow. You know. Never mind. Carry on. Carry on. Something funny, Gilbert.
So, this John, I'm sorry.
Okay.
She's stressed. We haven't had a lot of rest lately.
Oh, well, maybe we should just kick it here a few days then.
Also, she doesn't like losing.
Oh.
I do. believe
Excuse
we
me.
lost
I never said I
Euro
had
FM.
anything against losing. That I had a. Don't have anything against losing. I have a thing about being taken down without even a proper fight.
I am itching to completely decimate a few Drider, if
I-
I'm being completely honest.
I amend my statement. She doesn't like losing unfairly.
Thank you.
So, well, how'd you guys get all the way down here then?
Well, we were fleeing a large horde of lizards and dragons and dinosaurs and things of that nature. So,
Oh.
this is the best of the worst, I suppose?
As much
So
as I
you're
hate
saying that you were pursued by things so terrifying that you decided going into the Underdark was less dangerous.
We didn't know this was the
That is the
Underdark.
long-
We thought we
It's
were
the
just
long
taking
and short
shelter.
of it. Yes.
Oh,
None of this rings a bell? You don't know what I'm talking about on the surface? You've never encountered this empire of dinosaurs?
oh yeah. No, I know all about the Dragonborn.
Yes, well,
Yeah, well,
we had
they
many
don't
run-ins with
pay
them.
much mind to goblins. You know, we kind of look like we could be part dragon or something. We're kind of weird looking.
So, where,
Certainly have something against Ganassi, dwarves, and whatever the fuck Theo is. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
Damn.
where
Got
were
him.
you before you came down here? Are there tribes of goblins?
Yeah, we're all over the place, man.
V is with us, right?
Yeah, how's she doing?
Yeah, V's absolutely with you guys.
She's
Okay.
cool.
I mean, she's as cool can be right now, I guess.
We were fortunate to have this person. We were fortunate enough to have this lady with us to help us escape. This is V, by the way. She wasn't around in the introductions. She tends to fade into the background.
God damn it.
Yes, well.
Oh,
All right. Well, is there a time when we can come up with some sort of plan? Do people bed down in some sort of bunker for the night? Some sort of what do you call it? A barracks?
ooh,
It
yeah,
would
that's a good
seem
idea. We
that
should find out.
currently moving the Rothi is working very well. We could just continue to plot right now.
I suppose. I don't love all these spider people walking around, but
So, if we assume that our gear and all of our weaponry is being stored in that building, do we just assault that building, get our stuff back, and break our way out?
How far is it from that building out the gate?
So the map is,
Yeah, I got the
it's
map.
about 1.5 miles wide and about, so from the base, all the way to the top would be 2 miles.
Okay.
Other important question about the structure of these buildings. What are they made out of?
It would seem like they're made out of, some sort of a burned stone.
Stone? Excellent.
Yeah, it looks like it's worked by magic.
It's not a spell I have access to. Damn it.
I don't have any. I'm near useless without my armor, and my sword.
If the stone. Well, I could make an extra doorway in those buildings as long as they're not warded.
Well, I suppose it depends on what is guarding the doors to the building, because if it's just Drow, dash their head upon the rocks and go inside.
I mean, I can burn them alive with a flick of my fingers if necessary as well.
So can I, but
And
I
how do
do.
we get over there without...
That is the question.
I mean, I could cast Pass Without a Trace on us, but that doesn't guarantee we won't be seen.
Let's see what else I have prepared today.
I'm pretty decently sneaky.
I am no different. My armor did not hinder nor help me. I am bad.
Oh my goodness! I can pick a 6th level spell.
Oh my god. I ended up not doing it because none of the cleric 6th levels were what I wanted.
I've never played this higher level of character. When it comes to stealthing around, I as well could be quite useful.
Let's see. Death orbs. God.
I think. Yes, I have passed without a trace. All right. I could certainly hide your trail.
I mean, if we waited to tomorrow, I could use locate object to find the pieces of our gear wherever they got stored, so we know where in the building they are, if we could sneak over there. And then I could use stone shape to open a hole in the wall closest. Is what I'm going to suggest. I can't locate objects currently, though. Like, unfortunately, all of the required magic to do a stealthy grab of this stuff is not at my fingertips.
Well, I can make up to 3 of us fly.
That's useful for escaping. I'm realizing.
Yeah. I'm not used to
clerics have a
traveling
lot.
with people. Kind of changes my tactics up.
I
It's
could,
very easy to get
Understandable.
in and out unnoticed when you're a tiny little goblin.
in addition to aiding in your stealth, I could also provide diversions.
So I guess it's a matter of, do we want to go with the currently prepared spells of the party, or do we want to re-prep spells overnight?
Well, if we need to spend the night for people to change spells, that's no big deal.
Because basically, like I said, my solution was locate object. I know what my armor is. I have I could magically track my own armor.
Is Yannick around right now?
Yeah, you're leading Rafi back and forth to Yannick, so
I
after a
want
while
to,
you get back to him.
as we swing by Yannick, I want to say, Yannick, this is the norm around here, right? Just mundane task work. You never really get thrown in the hole or people coming in and whipping us or things of that nature.
Not really. They kind of, leave us alone so long as we're doing the work. If somebody tries to stop, now that's going to be a problem. And let me tell you, I don't know if you noticed, there was no lunch. There's going to be a breakfast tomorrow, and that's going to be the only thing. So, you really got to pace yourself so that you don't, pass out, because that's going to be real bad. You know what I mean?
Good to know, thank you. I will turn to my group and say, it seems, as unpleasant as this is, we're actually quite safe down here. I'm just thinking if we are going to bide our time or prep things, we have all the time we want to spend.
As long as they don't look too hard at NRI, I think we'll be okay.
I was just going to ask you something, Gilfo.
Mm.
Does your armor have any holy symbols on it?
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of worried.
So we're both fucked if they look at it.
Yes.
Nice.
That's what I said, if they don't look too hard. Yeah, Forged Domain Cleric, my armor is fucking all... I'm surprised they didn't clock me earlier, to be completely honest.
To be fair, they haven't really spoken to us, so it's not... I don't know.
You guys can fast forward to whatever you want.
Yeah, basically, Is there leather just kind of hanging around? That's all I really need to know.
So there's definitely Rothy hide being tanned and stuff. If you go and try and take any, the slave that is currently in charge of that will immediately tell you, like, no, 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 you cannot take this. No, we cannot.
Okay.
That's very dangerous.
Hmm. I need leather straps to be able to cast freedom of movement, which would be really the thing that we would need if we need to break and enter. Huh. Well, like I said, my solution is wait 1 day. I can cast locate object, find if we can sneak around that building, and then just open a hole through the side of it and just hopefully get in there.
All right. Let's say we get inside. We get our things and we're able to get out of this dungeon of place.
Mhm.
Do we just beeline for the dwarves? Are these driders going to pursue us?
Well, why don't we just sneak out?
Yeah.
You don't think they would notice our absence?
I don't think they're taking roll call. So it's
Told
gonna
us
take a
that-
while.
Been repeatedly told that they don't pay much attention to us. By the way, can I make a perception check to see if there's any riders or drow nearby?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Just to be. Oh, that's a natural one. I don't see shit. I don't see jack shit.
Yeah, you don't really notice anything too close by.
I mean, I can turn a bunch of us invisible,
That would be incredibly useful.
but not all of us. There's a lot of us. When did we get so many?
There's 5 of us, unless we're
Only
taking
recently.
Yannick with us. Yannick.
Let's see. I can do. Let's see. I can do 4 people. So someone would still need to be able to.
You know what? Yannick's
Get
lived
out
here a
on their
long
own.
time. He's fine with it.
Oh, there's 2 feet.
Remember that you can transform
me.
into a bird, Theo. Like, you can literally just transform
Just
into a bird
be
and fly over
something-
the gate.
Or
Like a
like when we're
peacock.
trying to break in, be a spider or something very small.
Ryan always forgets he's a druid.
I don't think it sounds good. Won't work.
That's the secret. There is that he just turns into a little bug and crawls into someone's pocket, and then they turn invisible.
Pocket, not
Yeah.
pants. God damn it.
Yeah. He could be real small. We would all be invisible. We find the spot. We open up a hole while still invisible. Get all of our stuff, and then do whatever's necessary to get yeeted out.
So yeah, I think we should get in and try to sneak out.
Very well.
'cause-
Sounds like we have a solid plan. I don't think the DM will thwart us at all.
Right. I think everything.
Yeah, I mean, what else is gonna happen? Like, we won't know until we try, will we?
Yeah, and I mean, unless there's a really good reason to abandon the plan, like something really cool that we need to go check out.
I have some other. Actually, you know what? Are we waiting until tomorrow?
That seems
Yeah,
to be what
sounds
our
like it.
plan hinges
Yeah.
on.
If we're waiting till tomorrow, then very simply,
Oh
'Cause I
god, he's thinking. I can smell the smoke.
as a shut up. As a 10th level and above cleric, I have the ability to use divine intervention. So I guess I have to wait till tomorrow, because if it succeeds, then I won't be able to do it.
Oh, you could just make a little portal door then, right?
I can.
Like
Yes,
mine,
I
but
can.
better.
Well, I have 11% chance for that to succeed. So don't
Oh, that's a
Don't
very
hold
low
up.
percent chance, and I'm not even that good at math.
Yeah, so point is, worst case scenario, that's my how to get out of here at the end. And like that is my panic button.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. That doesn't sound like a very good button at all.
Yeah, I realize that that's actually probably better used as a panic button trying to leave than anything else.
So anyway, if you guys are going to bed, then I will have y'all do that. Are you going to have anybody take watch?
Let's take watch.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't sound
So
like we super need to, but
go away, kitty.
Hey, R2.
So Anna, you maybe 2.5 hours into your watch, you hear something outside of the tent, and you see this purple-skinned male drow opens up the flap, and he has sort of this sable black hair that's cropped up in sort of like this flat top sort of style, and he says in common, "Wake up the dwarf."
Oh fuck.
She'll kick his foot. Just lets me look up very slowly.
The matron Relden requests, nay, demands your attention. Come, dwarf.
Oh, man.
So fuck.
I can't believe you got invited in. I've been here for like 3 weeks.
What does the matron want with his presence?
Silence, slave.
Alright. So Gilthor will
You
get up. Then I'm just gonna like kind of like look around and make eye contact with Enna, like look at Enna, like kind of like eye shuffle at this guy.
She'll look pointedly at this guy and just be like, I don't know, like I guess you just gotta go, man.
I'm like, I mean, take him, like, there's like a bunch of like really vague gesturing between the.
Yeah.
Just wow, what you want?
all right? So you make your way towards the that large dual-towered building that's sort of north center,
That's the wrong fucking direction. Okay.
and you notice that there are driders on either side of the door that leads in. As soon as you get inside, there are male drow. Like the decor, all of the pillars that are sort of holding things up, they're magically smooth, but they sort of, the way that they taper in the middle they remind you of stalactites and mites like meeting and sort of becoming the supports, and a lot of the doorways are almost like octagonal, like nothing is shaped in a standard way, to especially dwarf culture, which tends to favor very straight right angles and things like that, and this is
We like
just
our
sort
polygons.
of odd, and yeah, like this is different, and you're led up to a tower, and you go up all of these flights of stairs, and it's just this long circular staircase, and there's sort of like this stone railing that reminds you of webbing sort of being corded together to create the railing going up, and when you get to the door, the guard that led you knocks on it 3 times loudly, and then he opens it and he motions for you to walk in. And after you do, he closes the door, and this room is decorated with the finest silks. You notice that there is this purple fairy fire along the top that lights the room with just sort of this very dim light. There's this very impressive looking desk that has, these spiders that are carved into it, and again, all of this looks like it's made out of magic. And you see the same woman that once held a dagger to Theo's neck, and she is sitting in a chair, and you can see the platinum spider webs going down her tabard, and she says, "It's not often we find worshippers of Moradin."
Silence.
"What are you doing so deep down here, little dwarf?"
I have my reasons. Was not to front into you, if that gives you any comfort.
"Would you like your stuff back and for me to let you go?"
If you were to release myself and my companions, we would leave you unharmed, untouched, and unmolested. We would not bring another force to come down and attack you if you were to let us leave.
"Oh, what I want, if I were to let you leave, the Battlehammer clan has long held on to one of the largest stores of gold that has ever existed. I sit here and rule over slaves away from the city if you can get me a map of any weak points, hidden entrances, anything of that nature, you will earn your freedom. But in order to make sure that you keep up with your arrangements, you will have to submit to Loth's mark." Which I would happily remove once you brought me the map or information or whatever it was.
I don't understand how you expect me to give you this information when I don't have any of it to begin with.
Well, that's the point. I can tell that you're an outsider. Your armor is not built like theirs. You have no ties to them, but they will welcome you in because you are of their blood. Find out the information, bring it back. Like I said, you must submit to Loth's mark, so I can monitor and make sure that your end of the bargain is being upheld.
And if I were to break the bargain?
Your head would explode. But I suppose you could just martyr yourself for your friends. That's an option, but I assume you like breathing.
So when we get everything, do we get our cart back as well?
Why not?
All of the objects upon it that we brought down unknowingly?
I'll make that deal.
All right, I submit.
She places her hand upon you, and you don't want to roll. You're good. You're just
I
submitting.
mean, question. She would
no,
know
I'm
if I resisted, right?
right. Oh, 100%.
Oh well, then yeah. No, I'm gonna let this happen. This will happen.
Okay. So you feel like this surge of pressure in your head for a moment as this bright light fills your eyes. Like you can't see anything but just that white. And when you kind of come to, you blink for a second and it takes a little while to get the spots away. And you just can kind of hear this faint whispering that it's unintelligible, but it's just there in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "My guard will escort you and your friends to the armory, and you will be released."
Understood. Pleasure doing business with you. I
Quite.
hope it all works out.
And you are led back to your friends, who you can inform as much or as little of what is going on that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck happened to you?
Okay, question. How do I look any different at this point?
You do not look any different, but as you're being led there, you still just hear that faint whispering.
Excellent. Okay. Seems that there's been a misunderstanding. They're going to let us go and they're going to give us our things back. They fear the retribution of the nearby dwarves. As you can see, this is a small outpost, not a city. They don't want that kind of heat. I bargained for all of us to get out with our things.
That is rather suspicious.
I don't think that that is all that they intended to do, but for now I'll take it and deal with the consequences later. It means that we get the rest of us out of here with our stuff alive.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You all get led to the armory then, where you find your giant sled of treasure with all of your stuff on it, and also the golden war mask of Yub Yub.
Oh my goodness, it's been so long.
Amazing.
And like, there's literally nothing special about it other than it's worth 750 gold pieces, and it is yours specific.
I like pick it up and wear it. I'm dancing around. I start singing some weird song in Goblin. It's like a little war march.
What is happening?
Let him have this, I guess. There's
This has been lost. Like so many generations have. Do you know how hard it is to find things when like you only live for like 10 years? Like once you lose something, it takes like 2 years to go get back, and then you get 2 years to get back there.
Oh my
You
god.
know what I mean? Like, it gets convoluted.
What are we doing?
We're leaving, right?
We are leaving. Yes, Theo.
Okay.
They're
Let's
just
go.
letting us walk out.
I explained this to Enna earlier. This is a small drow settlement.
I mean, I
fear
did just
dwarves
walk in.
coming to save me.
So when you say that, they fear dwarves coming to save you, you hear a laugh from the drow that is next to you.
Oh. Would you like a demonstration?
Gil.
He laughs again.
Okay.
Can you do a demonstration? Is that a thing?
Oh. I mean, holy fire, divine smiting of powers? Certainly.
That's not an army of dwarves.
No?
That doesn't sound like an accurate demonstration.
It's fine.
Are you going to try and attack him?
No. No.
You should. It might be a fun experiment.
It'd be real weird to see what... there's a lot of things going on here.
Let's go then. Just letting us walk out? All right. I'll take that. Don't take any more of Tim's suggestions.
We're just going to leave. More than this male drow could ever do.
He sneers at you.
Just saying.
Why are you antagonizing him?
He still has to lead you all the way to the gate, and as the gate opens, he shoves this map into your chest and storms off.
See, that's what gets them.
What is that?
Don't worry about
It
it.
appears to be a map of the Underdark if you look at it, but you don't have to tell him that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nah, I
What
think I'll
sort
leave
of
it.
bargain did you make with these drow?
Nothing important. What's important is we're leaving. We need to go now.
Listen, there's only 5 of us trapped in this strange land. I don't think a lack of communication is going to help us.
Yes, it will, as long as it continues on for the next couple days.
I don't like this. I don't
Neither
like this
do
one bit.
I.
You're the one that's
Tira.
going along with it.
Fuck you, Tim.
Here I thought my god was the Lord of Lies.
Yeah, I mean, I could roll a deception and intentionally fail it to you. Like, if that's what we're looking for here. Like,
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
not-
no. This is just
I'm not-
Anna being a bitch. This is...
Okay, I was saying, like, I'm not doing, like, you can't lie worth a damn. Like, y'all have probably figured out that something, like, I mean, you're all acting as such. Something's definitely fucking up.
When we get out of
Yeah,
here, I fully
Anna's
expect
just
you
choosing
to...
to ignore it.
When we get out of here, I fully expect you to tell us everything.
So, Gil, one of the things that you would notice first and foremost is that while there is an X for this Drow settlement, it does not show you where any other Drow settlements are, and it then just has another mark where you would assume the dwarves are, and you assume that you have probably a 10-day or so of journeying ahead of you.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pull out the map as well. This is our route back. As we get close, I promise I will explain further.
Back to where?
To safety. And pulls out map. This is where we're going. This is where we are. Again, asking too many questions is not advised at this point. We are far too close to this drow settlement.
Very well, then.
I don't like the secrecy at all.
Me neither!
But I suppose
sure
I've no
he'll
other
tell
choice.
us.
There is.
Alright. So
Gil, what is it that's preventing you from being truthful?
If I told you any more, we could be in trouble. All I will say is, I made a deal with the drow. You can think of the rest.
Well, that's positively got my imagination stirring.
I think I know how those driders are made. Wow, 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 wow.
God!
I wouldn't talk about that either.
love how that's going to be everybody's headcanon until Gil tells them what's really going on.
Thank you, Spider.
I think I'm blushing.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest, I did not expect Gil to take this deal. And so the rest of the session for the next, 15 minutes is just you guys role-playing, traveling. Like I said, we don't have any time for combat, so I'm not going to roll a random encounter or something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we just waltz on out of here?
Yup. And nobody accosts you at all.
Yeah, it's like you sold your soul to Loth and now you're on their
God,
side or
it's
something.
like
Weird. It's almost as if it's almost as when.
Now, did they give us anything to pull a card, or am I having to turn into a spider again?
Yeah, you had to turn into a spider to pull that.
Okay.
And also, just so you guys know, the reunion between Enna and this greatsword was like, it's like a little kid seeing their favorite stuffed animal again. She's just like, she's not letting go of this thing for the near future.
I just have to hope that if we get to this Dorford settlement, certain conditions can be met. Otherwise, this will be the end of Gil.
Hang on. Trying to see. Oh, do I have...
So, John, I just want to let you know that I don't think that there is any reason that you can't tell your friends. Unless you are just embarrassed.
No, I have my reasons for not telling them in general. I am being watched.
That's fair.
I was gonna say, Enna could just zone of truth this bitch.
I mean, you could. Like, if you make me tell you, I'm not gonna tell you.
You can if you want.
That's very uncharacteristic of Enna, though. She wouldn't... She understands about secrecy. Probably more than anybody. So...
I would
Yeah,
force
so-
him to tell us, but I'm a spider.
But
You guys could stop and camp for the evening and
yeah, like
do
we've
some
got
role
10.
playing.
We
Like I
got
don't
10
care.
days. We got 10 days. If you want to hold, like Gil at knife point at camp or spider point or whatever the fuck,
Spider point!
like you're free to do so. Like
Well,
I have no issue with that. I'm just
when-
saying, Gil wasn't about to spill the beans at the gate.
When we
Okay.
make
I
camp,
mean, I already figured it out, so.
when we make camp, I'm gonna unchange from a spider, and I'm gonna say, I do feel guilty that Yannick couldn't come with us.
That is unfortunate. However, it does seem he has resigned himself to servitude and will not perish anytime soon.
Yes, well,
He will live. It won't be much of a life, but he is at least alive. Not much I could say for the rest of us had I refused the deal.
the plan we had was to get all of us out.
And you may yet see that day.
Well, we're out
Well,
now.
I mean, we do have enough money to buy an army.
See?
We're out now. You're free to enlighten us.
It's tricky to know what I can tell you without ending up dead myself.
We're already out of the encampment. What could possibly happen?
Unless you were under a spell or something.
I'm just going to stare at Anna after she says that.
Are you under a spell?
Just stares at what your name has disappeared off this physic. Just stares, doesn't say anything,
Oh,
but just kind of like one of those like
okay.
just
Blink once for yes, and twice for no, and 3 times if you're hungry.
It is tricky. If he's under a spell, it's safe to assume that something is surveilling him as well, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
again just that same stare at Edda.
Yeah, that was awfully fishy. How they just kind of let us go. So they didn't really let us go. So now Big Brother's watching.
big sister, as the case may be.
You
know,
said
I've
they
always
were.
admired the Drow's ingenuity.
You
Yeah,
said
so
they
again,
let us
look-
free because they were worried about dwarves invading.
Dwarves coming down here?
I'm just going to look again at Anna since these two are speculating as to what could be. Just do like the mind blown.
It's only one reason dwarves come down here.
If that's obviously not the case, then they must have let you go for some other reason. What is it?
I'm just gonna put the map down and be like, this is why.
A map?
Yes, they want more maps.
You broke the 5 of us out of there so that you could further their conquest and their terrible slavery.
Mm,
Ooh, what do we get?
It's incredibly uncharacteristic of you, Gilthor.
Well, wait, we don't know what we're gonna get. What if it's really good?
It's the most sneaky,
Dude, I'm
underhanded
fucking
shit.
cackling over here.
That is the most underhanded shit I've ever seen you pull, and quite honestly, I'm very proud.
I'm not.
I have my own thoughts on the matter, as I'm sure you're aware, Anna, but I can't particularly share them. Now, can I?
No.
The only way you could possibly write this is by doing exactly what you said they were afraid of, gathering up your fellow dwarves, and we come down here as a horde and just wipe them out.
How keen would the dwarves be to accept a known traitor into their midst? What is he supposed to do? Walk in and say, "Oh,
You could just
look
not.
at me! I'm
You could simply
I'm
not give them the map.
And so, so Giz is like, all right, I think I've had enough of this discussion and sit down and grab some gold, as he's wont to do, because we still have all of our shit. And he is going to start making jewelry out of it using his divine casting abilities.
This discussion isn't over.
We'll have time for it again, I'm sure. But yeah, so basically what Gil's going to do is every long rest he's going to produce diamond rings.
Why are you making diamond rings?"
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about so many things right now.
Exactly. I'm not worried exactly, but I feel like I'm more concerned than I ought to be.
That's fair. Keep that concern.
Because this entire situation seems extremely... what's the word?
Fortuitous?
These diamonds are tiny because I can only make 100 gold pieces worth of. So it's like a gold band and then like the tiniest diamond you've ever seen inset into it. It's just two of those every rest.
This is entirely just sus, I think is the best word for it.
Physic, what are you intending to do now that you have your mask?
Well, I suppose I should return it home at some point, but I'm not in any rush.
I never did gather where home is for you.
Well, it's not far. It's not near. It's
Is
sort
it-
of between.
What sort of biome are we speaking of? Forest? Mountains?
Biome.
I learned it from Minecraft.
Oh my god.
Minecraft?
Oh my god.
Do you live in the desert?
My people live in caves.
Oh, so you're used to this.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I have to journey forever, so it's like, I don't know, like a month of walking. That's all I got.
You've
Right.
never had an encounter with the dwarves?
Well, Yes, but not. It doesn't work out good when dwarves and goblins run into each other.
Oh. Will
Usually
you
the
be
dwarves are
joining us
well
then,
armed.
or abandoning us? Because that's our destination.
Well, that depends. Are these dwarves going to try to murder me when they see me? That's usually the problem.
I was hoping you'd be able to tell whether they would be murdering us.
I mean, in my experience, dwarves are murdery bastards. In fact,
Hey, wait a
no
minute.
offense.
These particular dwarves are greedy. They enjoy jewels and riches and things.
Yeah, that's just what dwarves. What do you mean, particular dwarves? They're all greedy.
Gil over here with just the most Jim Halpert face.
Then I reckon you'll be fine. We can buy you your safety.
Look at him. He's all mad over there. He's been making rings every night since we left.
You got me.
You know,
Yeah. It's unfortunate we didn't have any dialogue.
I have razor sharp teeth for eating meat. You are a greedy bastard. You know, to each their own. It's okay. I understand.
That is an incredibly valid point. That's snaps. Like,
My goodness. It's really. Yeah. Also, Gil is.
So that was a quick session.
I mean, Gil, yeah. I mean, are we gonna get to the settlement or not by the next session or no?
No, I wasn't planning on having you
Okay.
get there this session.
Gotcha.
No, that's why I
Not
told you
this
you could
session.
just roleplay as you see fit.
Oh yeah.
Seems like everybody's winding down now, so I suppose we can end it then.
Sounds good.
wow.
So how we doing?
Jesus, John, what? I did not expect you to take that deal.
Yeah, he was just like, okay.
I have which